In progress.
Welcome to English Teaching Department of Universitas PGRI Madiun.
Program Studi Pendidikan Bahasa Inggris Fakultas Keguruan dan Ilmu Pendidikan Universitas PGRI Madiun memiliki predikat baik sekali. Visi program studi pendidikan bahasa Inggris pada tahun 2033 menjadi pusat pengembangan pendidikan bahasa Inggris yang unggul di tingkat nasional dan menghasilkan lulusan bahasa Inggris yang cerdas, berdaya saing dan memiliki kemampuan berwirausaha. Misi program studi pendidikan bahasa Inggris menyelenggarakan pendidikan dan pembelajaran di bidang bahasa Inggris yang berorientasi pada kemandirian mahasiswa dalam mengembangkan potensinya serta membekali mahasiswa dengan kemampuan berwirausaha, menyelenggarakan penelitian untuk meningkatkan penguasaan dasar-dasar meneliti dalam keterampilan di bidang bahasa Inggris, menyelenggarakan pengabdian kepada masyarakat yang berbentuk penerapan ilmu, pengetahuan dan keterampilan di bidang bahasa Inggris, serta membangun organisasi yang sehat dalam rangka penguatan tata kelola, transparansi, dan pencitraan publik agar menjadi program studi yang unggul dan akuntabel. Dalam pemenuhan Tridharma Perguruan Tinggi, program studi pendidikan bahasa Inggris telah menjalin kerjasama di bidang pendidikan, penelitian, dan pengabdian kepada masyarakat. Di dalam bidang pendidikan, kerjasama dilaksanakan di tingkat internasional, nasional, maupun lokal. Di dalam tingkat internasional, program studi pendidikan bahasa Inggris telah bekerja sama dengan ILO Science and Technology University, Ilocos Polytechnic State College, Mariano Marcos State University, serta kerjasama di bidang pendidikan dengan universitas lain seperti Universitas Nusa Putra, Universitas Sunan Muria Kudus, dan lain-lain. Kerjasama di bidang penelitian, para dosen program studi pendidikan bahasa Inggris telah bekerja sama dengan Universitas 11 Maret, Universitas Negeri Surabaya, Universitas Negeri Malang, dan lain-lain dalam melaksanakan program penelitian bersama. Di bidang pengabdian kepada masyarakat, program studi pendidikan bahasa Inggris telah bekerja sama dengan Eduka, industri usaha dan kerja di berbagai wilayah di Indonesia.
Program Studi Pendidikan Bahasa Inggris Fakultas Keguruan dan Ilmu Pendidikan Universitas PGRI Madiun memberikan kesempatan dan fasilitas yang sangat memadai sehingga kami para dosen dapat melaksanakan Tridharma Perguruan Tinggi dengan baik. Salah satu kontribusi program studi pendidikan bahasa Inggris adalah memberikan berbagai pelatihan terkait program pengabdian kepada masyarakat sehingga tim kami berhasil memenangkan Hibah PKM MBKM 2021.
Program Studi Pendidikan Bahasa Inggris FKIP Universitas PGRI Madiun dilengkapi dengan fasilitas-fasilitas pendukung dalam kegiatan pembelajaran. Di antaranya adalah perpustakaan, ruang kelas yang nyaman, laboratorium bahasa, laboratorium micro-teaching, laboratorium komputer, ruang HMPS, Student Access Center, Smart Classroom, dan sebagainya. Selain itu juga terdapat koneksi Wi-Fi, anjungan komputer mandiri, sistem informasi manajemen yang dapat diakses oleh dosen dan mahasiswa, dan sistem pembelajaran daring yaitu Electronic Learning UNIPMA. Seluruh tenaga pengajar di Prodi Pendidikan Bahasa Inggris telah memiliki sertifikat pendidik dan 7 diantaranya telah bergelar doktor. Beragam prestasi juga telah diraih oleh mahasiswa Prodi Pendidikan Bahasa Inggris antara lain memenangkan seleksi Indonesian International Students Mobility Awards atau ISMA, International Credit Transfer atau ICT, program kampus mengajar, pertukaran mahasiswa merdeka, dan sebagainya.
Universitas PGRI Madiun, especially English Teaching Department, has provided me a lot of support and also encouragement to maximize my potential and also reach all of my achievements. One of which is becoming an awardee of the Indonesian International Student Mobility Awards, or IISMA. Being an awardee of IISMA has granted me the opportunity to study in Nanyang Technological University, Singapore. From this program, I get to understand how marketing and business would work, learn to function effectively in a culturally diverse environment, and also prepare myself to be the future leader of the 21st century. I also get to meet a lot of new people, visit Singapore landmarks, and also enrich my cultural understanding.
Halo, saya Pinta Stianing Bambudi, mahasiswi semester 6 program studi pendidikan bahasa Inggris Universitas PGRI Madiun. Pada kesempatan yang lalu, saya mengikuti program magang dan studi independen bersertifikat Kampus Merdeka Batch 1 di Kampus Guru Cikal dengan posisi yang saya apply adalah magang guru Merdeka Belajar. Selama 1 semester penuh, saya mengasah soft skill dan juga hard skill saya guna menjadi guru yang berkompeten dan dibutuhkan di zaman sekarang ini. Terima kasih saya ucapkan kepada program studi pendidikan bahasa Inggris dan Universitas PGRI Madiun yang telah membantu saya untuk menyelesaikan program magang saya ini dengan baik.
English Department Student Association atau EDSA adalah organisasi bagi mahasiswa program studi pendidikan bahasa Inggris UNIPMA. EDSA Zone terletak di lantai 3, Kampus 1, Universitas PGRI Madiun, Jalan Setiabudi nomor 85 Madiun. EDSA sendiri memiliki beberapa divisi, antara lain PSDM, Entrepreneur, Public Relation, Infocom, dan Sport and Art. EDSA memiliki beberapa prestasi dalam bidang olahraga, yaitu juara 3 voli putri Porsema 2019, juara 3 badminton ganda campuran Porsema 2019, dan juara 1 ganda putri turnamen IKOR badminton 2020. EDSA juga aktif dalam mengikuti kegiatan di dalam maupun di luar kampus UNIPMA. EDSA, Dare to be Better.
I personally proud to be part of English Teaching Department. English Teaching Department Universitas PGRI Madiun.
Caring, inspiring, empowering. Okay. The distinguished Vice Dean of Faculty of Teacher Training and Education, Universitas PGRI Madiun, Head of English Education Department, Universitas PGRI Madiun, all lecturers and all participants. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning. Welcome all of you to our guest lecture series, Strengthening English Language Skills in the Pandemic Era with theme, Boosting Students' Reading Skill Through Online Learning. Today's agenda are opening, speech, presentation, and the last is question and answer session. Ladies and gentlemen, the next agenda is speech by the Head of English Education Department, Ibu Dr. Erli Widiani, SPD MPD. Please take the floor.
Thank you, Bu Tri Wahyuni. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Good afternoon, good morning everyone. Ya, ini masih still morning ya. The invited speakers of guest lecture Ibu Kaukabila Alia Parangu, Magister Pendidikan from IAIN Ponorogo. The Vice Deans of Faculty of Teacher Training and Education, Universitas PGRI Madiun, Ibu Dr. Rosita Ambarwati, Sarjana Sastra, Magister Pendidikan, the Secretary of the English Department of Education, Ibu Vita Venditianing Tias, Sarjana Sastra, Magister Pendidikan, all the lecturers, the participants, and my beloved students of Department of English Education, Universitas PGRI Madiun. First of all, let us praise to the Almighty Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, who has been giving us some blessings, happiness, healthy, and mercy, so we can attend and participate in this event without any obstacles. Praise and salutations be upon to our Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, the last messengers, the best speakers of the universe, the person who was able to save us from Jahiliyah to this Islamiyah era. Welcome to the English department, Ibu Kaukabila. Thank you for accepting our invitations. For these events, we would like to invite you to share your knowledge on reading skills. Yeah. This agenda is regular for every semester. So by conducting this event, we will have a new knowledge and share together from others. And it is conducted, yes, to gain the additional knowledge also, and encourage the students to have a new and interesting themes from others and can interact with other people. So it helps us in sharing and exchanging the knowledge. Yeah. Welcome, Ibu Kaukabila. I think it is enough from me, and the time will be moderated by Bu Triwahyuni, ya, Bu Triwahyuni Kasanatun. I think enough. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Ibu. Ladies and gentlemen, we come to our main session, the presentation by Ibu Kaukabila Alia Parangu MPD from IAIN. Education at IAIN Metro in 2014 and took a master's degree at the English Education Study Program, 11 Mart University in 2017. And since 2020 until now, she takes doctoral program of English Education and Literature at Universitas Negeri Surabaya. She has published articles in several national and international seminars, such as Aphorism in 2020, Jatli 2020, ISOLEC 2020, and Asia TEFL in 2022. Ladies and gentlemen, before the presentation starts, let me tell you how the presentation will go. First, the speaker will deliver the material. After that, there will be a question and answer session. Second, if you have any questions during the presentation, just type your question into the chat box or raise your hand. At the end of speaker session, I will invite you to activate the microphone so you can ask your question to the speakers directly. And last, we really appreciate if you could activate your camera. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, I would like to invite our speaker, Ibu Kaukabila Alia Parangu MPD. Virtual floor is yours.
Thank you, Ibu Tri. Hello everyone, good morning. It is nice to be here and it is nice to meet you all. I will share and we can share actually, we can share and discuss together, giving insight and about how to teach reading in online learning. So, 2 tahun yang lalu kita online learning full ya, and I believe in the next era, in the future, kita akan tetap ada online learning karena kita sudah merasakan efisiensinya, walaupun mungkin nggak 100% kayak sebelumnya, tapi pasti online learning itu masih aktif. Yeah. Can you hear my voice?
A little bit, Ibu, not too clear enough.
Can you hear my voice?
Yes. Okay, it's better. Yeah.
So please, Miss Puput, can you please share the screen?
Okay, Ibu.
Well, hello adik-adik semua. Well, this is how to boost students' reading skills through online learning. Please, the next slide. Do you guys know why we should teach reading? We all know that are 4 skills in learning language: reading, speaking, writing, and listening. So what do you think the importance of reading? Why? Why we should learn reading, or why we should teach reading? Can anyone answer? Anyone else? Okay, give your opinions about why the importance of reading. Okay. Well, next slide. By teaching reading or by learning reading, it helps the student to learn the language, of course, and then reach for the information and also reach for cultural knowledge and awareness. The first one is learn the language. In reading, we have many materials and it helps us to enhance our vocabularies, or also how the sentence structure, how we create the sentence structure, and also the grammar. Jadi misalkan nih, kita kan sering ya kalau baca gitu ada kata-kata yang asing gitu. Mungkin kata itu terlalu jarang kita dengar. But by reading kita bisa nih look up vocab apa yang belum kita bisa, lalu kita menambah vocab baru. Kemudian sentence structure, tentu dengan banyak membaca kita akan terbiasa dengan sentence structure yang baik, sehingga ketika kita menulis pun nggak harus berpikir keras bagaimana cara menulisnya, seperti itu. And then for the information, of course, by reading we can gain a lot of information. Wawasan kita akan semakin luas dan kita pun akan lebih valuable ya, akan menambah value kita. And then the next for the cultural knowledge, tentu ya bahasa itu erat kaitannya dengan budaya. Learning language means you have to learn their lifestyle and also their culture. Misal nih, kita biasa nih kalau kenalan nanya, kamu anak keberapa gitu kan? In our culture it is biasa gitu. But when it comes to English, we don't say what order of the child are you? Kamu anak keberapa? It doesn't like that. But instead we use how do you have a sister, or how many sister do you have, instead of kamu anak keberapa. So budaya itu akan mempengaruhi bagaimana kita bicara, bagaimana kita berkomunikasi. It is quite important to learn the culture. Okay, the next slide. So it is about the reading strategies. It is in general meaning. Ini bisa di dalam offline atau online. Kira-kira kalian, ini kan jurusan bahasa Inggris ya. Apa sih yang kalian pakai strateginya ketika kalian membaca? Sudah pernah belajar kan? Can anyone mention one of the strategies that usually use in reading?
bisa. Can anyone express yourself and mention describing what strategies that usually used in reading?
Maybe scanning and skimming.
Ya, very good one. Scanning or skimming. Terus apalagi nih yang kalian tahu tentang strategi membaca? Ada apa aja? Selain skimming, benar sekali. Skimming, scanning, terus apa lagi? Ada yang mau jawab lagi? Oke, belum ya. It's okay. Lanjut slide selanjutnya. Ya, kita punya ini ya, dalam strategi membaca, either offline or online, we can use this strategy. For the first one, previewing and predicting. Jadi kita ini memprediksi cara membaca dengan biasanya kita ngelihat judul ya, judulnya apa, terus misalkan ada gambarnya apa, lalu kita baca first paragraph atau terakhir paragraph, lalu kita menyimpulkan, oh ini bahasnya tentang ini nih gitu, without reading all the text. Biasanya gitu. We preview the text by sesuatu yang subtle gitu, misalkan judul atau apa tadi gambar atau terus paragraf pertama lalu paragraf terakhir itu kita bisa pakai sebagai previewing and predicting. Lalu prediksi nih, oh kira-kira nih bakalan kayak gini nih judulnya atau bahasnya ini. Lalu selanjutnya ada itu namanya previewing and predicting. Bisa begini ya stepnya. Lalu selanjutnya ada yang dibilang tadi, benar, ada skimming dan scanning. The next page, ada skimming dan scanning. Next page. We have skimming and scanning. Itu ketika kita ingin, kalau skimming itu digunakan untuk menemukan main idea. Misalkan ada pertanyaan, apa sih main idea dari teks di atas, biasanya gitu ya. Itu kita bisa memakai skimming strateginya. Lalu ketika kita mau jawab pertanyaan nih, biasanya kan kalau di teks bacaan itu bawahnya ada pertanyaan. Itu kita pakainya scanning. Kalau skimming kan hanya dibaca awal paragraf gitu ya, paragraf atau akhir paragraf. Tapi kalau scanning itu lebih kita cari keywordnya. Biasanya yang ditanyakan di pertanyaan itu lebih banyak ke sinonim kan. Misalkan ada kata war gitu, kita bisa cari sinonimnya. War-nya apa nih? Sinonimnya, baru diambil kontennya apa, tentang apa. Jadi skimming is for finding out the general ideas, and scanning is for answering the certain questions. The next is paraphrasing ya. Oh, the next is the next slide. Guessing from the context. Guessing from the context. Ini kita bisa memakai prior knowledge. Kalian tahu prior knowledge kan? Misalkan kita pernah tahu teks ini nih, kita bisa pakai itu untuk guessing. Misalkan ada unknown words, kita nemu nih kata yang artinya apa ya, gitu biasanya. For example, interest. Kata interest itu kan artinya menarik ya. But when it comes to another context, misalkan dalam konteks bank atau menabung, maka interest itu artinya bunga. In different context with different meaning. So you can guess ini artinya apa dengan berdasarkan konteksnya. Ini arahnya kemana? And then we have paraphrasing. Paraphrasing itu ya kita memparaphrase lalu mengambil intisarinya apa. So we can paraphrase the text, readingnya cepat, kayak paraphrase, lalu ngambil kesimpulannya apa. Oke, itu biasanya yang dipakai dalam strategi membaca. Kemudian ada teaching reading online nih. Teaching reading online is quite different with teaching offline karena medianya terbatas ya, dan kita hanya punya satu media utama yaitu share screen. So the students need to focus on the screen focus. Untuk itu kita tidak disarankan untuk menampilkan layar utuh dan teks yang penuh gitu. Plain text yang penuh itu tidak disarankan karena akan membuat bosan. Instead, kalian bisa melakukan dengan membaginya dalam beberapa. Misalkan teksnya ada 3 paragraf nih, maka yang paragraf pertama di slide 1, paragraf kedua slide 2, dan seterusnya. Kemudian tambah juga dengan gambar. So it will not be plain at all. Ditambah juga dengan gambar atau media-media lain yang lebih menarik. Because remember our focus is on the screen. Kemudian pahami juga the student's environment. Misalkan nih yang kalian mau ajar nanti, kalian kan calon guru ya, students yang kalian mau ajar nanti itu levelnya apa? Is it beginners, or intermediate, or advanced? Lalu materinya disesuaikan dengan level students itu. And then the riddles. Riddles itu ini ya, apa sih, tebak-tebakan. You can use riddles to engage with the student. Biasanya riddles itu kan bikin penasaran, dan students yang penasaran itu akan bacanya itu lebih fokus gitu biasanya. So kalian bisa nih menambahkan riddles di sela-sela materi reading kalian. And then for the next slide, contoh riddles yang bisa kalian lakukan. Next slide please. Oke, bawahnya. Oke, I ask you to solve these riddles buat kalian. Kemudian nanti jawab jika sudah ketemu ya. Silakan. Bagaimana, ada yang sudah ketemu? Kira-kira jawabannya apa?
Oke, teman-teman, ada yang sudah menemukan jawabannya mungkin?
What if I ask you by mentioning your name?
Ya, gitu aja Ibu, boleh. Yes, please.
Is it okay?
Ya.
Okay. Coba Citra Ayu Dia Pitaloka. Wow, such a good name. Can you please answer?
Mbak Citra.
Citra,
Halo.
are you there?
Citra. Where are you?
Are you there? Oke, misalkan coba the next name, Renaldi. Are you there? Renaldi, are you there? Atau yang sudah?
Belum, Ma'am. Sebentar, Ma'am.
Oke.
Ma'am, share screen-nya hilang ya, Ma'am?
Iya, bentar lagi ya. Okay, can you see this?
Masih loading, Ma'am.
Oke. Jadi kenapa sih itu kok bisa dibunuh, padahal dua-duanya makan? Oke, ini udah bisa dilihat ya? Oke.
Sudah.
Ya, kira-kira jawabannya apa nih? Saya tahu. Dua-duanya minum kan? Terus kenapa cuma salah satu yang bisa meninggal?
I will answer it, ma'am. In the second statement, in the second sentences, there is like this. Oh, hilang, ma'am. The pills look identical, but the killer claims that only one is poisons. That's mean hanya satu pil yang racun, sehingga kan itu ya mungkin ada perbedaannya. Yang pembunuhnya itu tetap aman, tidak meninggal gitu, ma'am.
Oke, very good answer. Kemudian yang lain, mungkin ada asumsi lain. Jadi siapa yang jawab?
Angel, ma'am.
Angela, thank you, Angela.
All right, ma'am.
Any else? Diva Ega, are you there? Diva Ega, where are you? Kira-kira apa nih? Oke, daripada penasaran, jawabannya apa ya kira-kira? Screen next slide. Next slide, please. Yeah, it is actually easy to solve because yang atasnya sebelumnya, yang sebelumnya slide-nya. Yang di answer. Okay, yeah. The riddle is easy to solve if you look at from different angle. As it turns out, the poison is not in the pills, but in the glass of water that the victim drinks. So, apapun yang diambil sama si victim itu akan tetap beracun karena maka poisonnya itu ada di gelasnya. Okay, the next riddles. Next slide. Okay, can you answer these riddles? Kira-kira apa ya?
Maybe one of the student, you can read first about the text, read the text. Anyone? Siapa ya yang ada ya? Mbak Dian Septi, are you there? Mbak Dian Septi? No one?
Estetia, maybe?
Oh, I'm sorry, Ibu. Okay. Mbak Meliani Devita, are you there? Halo? Halo? Kemana semua ini ya? Mbak Angela? Kita panggil Mbak Angela. Coba dibaca, Mbak, biar teman-temannya ini, Mbak, coba. Yuk.
An elderly woman lived alone in her house by suburbs. She rarely left the house and knew only a few people. One Friday morning, the mailman called out for the woman, but didn't receive a prompt answer as usual. Upon peeking in through the window, the mailman realized that the woman was murdered. The police investigated the house and found the newspaper by the dead body. Also, by the door outside, There were 3 unopened bottles of milk, one of which had gone bad. The police arrested the killer the very next day. How did they figure out so quickly?
So what do you think, Angela? Why police arrest the mailman?
Masih mencoba memahami, Ma'am.
Yeah. Oke, next slide. Jadi jawabannya adalah karena mailman-nya itu tidak mengirim. The answer is the mailman killed the old woman because the newspaper of Wednesday and Thursday weren't found in or outside the house. It means he knew there would be no one to read them. So the police can easily smell his action, right? Okay, the next. You can also use creative website when you are about teaching the reading or any skills. It can be any skill, especially reading. You can access British Council. I usually use British Council when I want to teach and having the materials, and also ada readworks.org. Ini menarik karena isi-isinya tuh banyak gambar-gambarnya gitu ya, dan juga ada off to class. Jadi ketiga website ini bisa kalian akses untuk menambah cara kalian mengajar nanti materi-materinya. Atau mungkin ada yang lain, ada yang punya website lain, you can share with us. Okay, the next. Ada juga, kita bahas tentang comprehensive questions. Jadi sebelumnya harusnya ada comprehensive question ya. Comprehensive question ini digunakan setelah kalian membaca. Jadi misalkan ada teks, lalu setelahnya ada pertanyaan, itu namanya comprehension question. Dan bentuknya itu bisa dua macam. Bisa kalian meminta siswa untuk memberikan pertanyaan kepada kalian, kepada pengajar, atau kalian bisa memberikan pertanyaan kepada siswa. Both of them really works, karena kita nggak mungkin bisa jawab atau memberi pertanyaan kalau nggak baca. So, you can choose one of them. So, let's start to practice the comprehension question. Tapi sebelumnya nih, kalau kita mau mengajar reading, kita bisa pakai warming up activities. Jadi jadi stage-nya itu ada 3. Ada warming up activities, ada reading, lalu ada comprehension question. Untuk warming up activities, ini digunakan sebagai brainstorming nih. Kalian mau arahnya kemana, bahas tentang apa. Misalkan kita bahas tentang family routine. Lalu untuk warming up activities, kalian bisa share gambar, dan you can ask your students to describe the pictures. Next slide. Silakan next slide. Okay. Can anyone describe one of the pictures here. Either you choose A, B, or C. Mungkin Angela mau describe yang mana? Angela, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, can you choose one of pictures and then describe them? What happened there?
Maybe A, ma'am.
Okay, please.
There are families consists of parents and also childrens, and I think that is in the car.
Yes. Are they happy? What do you think? Are they happy?
Yeah.
How do you conclude that they are happy? Why do you think that they are happy?
Because they show their smile, ma'am.
Yeah, they are laughing, right? Okay, very good
Yes,
one,
ma'am.
Angela. Another students maybe from the male. Randy, are you there? Sorry, Renaldi. You have a good name, Renaldi. Renaldi Sebrio Pramudia, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Can you choose one of this picture and then tell what you think about the picture? What do you think? A, B, or C?
B, ma'am. About happy family, I think.
And then what? They have.
They have what? What do you want to say?
They have very good. Apa? Or maybe the children. What do you think about the children?
The left one, the little girl have red hair, and other have brown hair and gray eye. I think I can see it clearly, ma'am.
So the family consists of 4 people, and what are they? The mother, one mother, one father, and then
2 children.
2 daughters. Okay, very good. Thank you, Renaldi. Salsabila, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, hi Salsabila. Can you choose one of these pictures? Pilih yang mana?
I think the picture C, ma'am.
Okay, boleh. Why? What? What do you think?
The family consists of one mother, one father, and 2 children.
Okay.
They wear black jacket, ma'am.
Yes.
And
what do you think they are going to?
To the forest.
Okay, good. Yeah, very good one, Salsabila. Okay, the next slide. Okay, the next slide, please. So what about your family? We are talking about the family, so what about your family? Can you please answer these following questions? Can anyone voluntarily answer these following questions? Maybe Salsabila again?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Question A, how many people are in your family? I think in my home, there are 5 people.
5 people, okay, good.
who do you live with? With my parents. And C, in your house, what time does everyone get up? We usually get up at 4 p.m.
4 p.m.
And, yes.
4 a.m.
4 a.m. ma'am. I'm sorry. 4 a.m. Question D, does everyone leave home at the same time? I think no, because we have different activities. So
and then
yes, A, what time do people get home? I think we all have different time to get home and not
time.
together. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
It's okay, it's okay. And then do you eat meals together?
Yes, ma'am. At the dinner, at dinner and lunch. And
lunch.
Yes.
Okay, very good one, Salsabila. Thank you so much. Selanjutnya, Tri Wulandari mungkin bisa berpartisipasi. Tri Wulandari, are you there? Hello, Tri Wulandari. Nggak ada ya. Ananda Jasmine, are you there? Ananda Yasmin.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, please answer this following questions based on your family.
Okay, for question A, how many people are in your family? In my family, there's 5 people. It's my mom, me, and my little sister and 2 little brother.
Oh, you are the first child, right?
Yeah.
Okay, terus?
For question B, who do you live with? I'm live with my parents, but my dad is passed away.
Okay.
For question C, in your house, what time does everyone get up? Everyone get up in my house is 4 a.m. For question B, does everyone leave home at the same time? Yes. And for question E, what time do people get home? For my little brother and sister, maybe it's about 1 p.m. because they come get from school. And for question F, do you eat meals together? Yes, at dinner and lunch.
Okay, one more students. Tasha Amelia, are you there? Tasha, are you there? Ada ya. Rahma Arum. Rahma Arum.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Can you tell me?
I'm sorry, ma'am. Here there is some connection problem. Can you repeat the question, please?
Can you tell me about your family by answering these following questions?
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. First question, how many people are in your family? There is 3 people, ma'am. And who do you live with? I live with my parents. In your house, what time does everyone get up? It's 4 a.m., ma'am. And then, does everyone leave home at the same time? Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
and what time do people get home? Maybe 12 a.m. or 1 p.m. And then do you eat meals together? Yes, ma'am.
Okay, very good one. Okay, the next slide. Thank you, Rahma.
Yes, ma'am.
So, and I will give you questions more. Which part of this statement that closest to your lifestyle? Apakah kalian orang yang organize atau rapi, atau kalian tidak suka nih rutinitas yang terus-terusan begitu saja berulang-ulang, atau bagaimana? Angela, can you answer?
I still read it, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Jadi kira-kira mana sih yang mirip sama kehidupan kalian? Yang A, yang B, atau yang C?
May I answer, ma'am?
Oh ya, please.
I think one of the statement is closest to my lifestyle is C, ma'am.
C?
Yes, ma'am.
So you love the rutinitas?
Yes, ma'am.
Oke, why? Kamu suka hal yang rutin gitu? Kenapa?
Karena sudah terbiasa, ma'am. Dibiasakan untuk pagi biasanya jam setengah 6 atau jam 6 sudah sarapan bersama-sama. Kemudian pada malam menyisakan waktu buat makan dan berkumpul bersama, membahas yang terjadi sehari, ma'am. Sudah dijadikan kebiasaan dan bangun pagi juga sudah dijadikan kebiasaan, ma'am. Jadi karena sudah terbiasa.
Wow. Suka yang terstruktur gitu ya. Oke, very good one, Rahma. Another students, mungkin yang mirip dengan lifestyle-nya yang mana? A, B, C?
My
Angela?
answer is same with Rahma, ma'am.
Silakan.
C.
Why?
Mungkin jawabannya hampir sama seperti Rahma itu ya, ma'am ya. Tapi kalau untuk makan malam itu biasanya momen sarapan sampai makan malam itu biasanya sendiri-sendiri karena ada yang kerja, ada yang masih sekolah gitu, ma'am.
Oh, jadi nggak bareng. Tapi tetap rutinitasnya ini ya, terstruktur gitu ya.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, very good one. The next slide, please. Oke, lanjut ke teksnya saja. Ini sama aja rutinitasnya. Lanjut lagi yang teks. Oke, so we are talking about the family routine. Seperti yang kalian sudah alami ya, ada yang mungkin rutinitasnya begitu sama, terstruktur dari pagi sampai malam dan setiap hari. Mungkin ada yang beda-beda nih, nggak terstruktur. But apapun itu, that's okay. Lalu kita akan membahas tentang reading for the family routines. Ingat yang tadi scanning ya, scanning itu biasanya ada keywords. Keyword itu yang biasanya di bold. Ada certain, ahead, busy, drop someone or something off. Itu yang menjadi poin-poin yang ini tuh arahnya kemana gitu, teks ini. Oke, next slide. Nah, untuk menjawab pertanyaan di slide ini, selanjutnya, next slide, please. Oke. Yang sebelumnya dulu. Oke. Silahkan ditentukan ini tuh arahnya mau kemana gitu, sebelum menjawab pertanyaan setelahnya. Can you please guys read the text? So they in this text get up at 6 o'clock a.m. and then having breakfast at 7 a.m. and then leave the house at 7:45. And the last, drop the kids off at 8 a.m. Remember the time. Okay, the next. Next slide. Please someone read aloud. Saya pilih ya. Mungkin bisa yang sebelumnya. Yang pertama, bisa kita read aloud saja biar ada yang baca. Excellent, are you there? Atau Alfiatu? Alfiatu, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello, Alfiatu. Can you please read aloud the family routine from everyone up to classmate? No, yang sebelumnya, Put. Slide yang sebelumnya.
Yes, ma'am.
Ya,
Family
ini,
routine.
silakan.
Family routine is important. A routine is a plan to do things at certain times. Sunday evening, we plan for the week ahead. We have school-age children, so it gets busy. Monday morning, we, the parents, get up at 6 a.m. to get ready for the day. We wake the kids at 7 a.m. to eat breakfast. They need enough time to make their bed, brush their teeth, get dressed, and pack their backpacks. We leave the house at 7:45 and drop the kids off at the school before 8 a.m. From school, we go to work.
Okay, thank you. Very good one. Selanjutnya, next slide. Ada yang mau baca, read aloud? Yang ini. Ada yang mau voluntarily read it?
May I try, ma'am?
Yes, please.
Family routine. Everyone gets home before 5 p.m. Most people in our country eat supper around 6 p.m. We sit down and eat our evening meal together. It's probably our favorite time of the day. We talk about the good, the bad, and the crazy things that happen. Our kids like to talk about their day at school. Sometimes they complain about a teacher or a classmate.
Okay. Thank you. For the next slide. Thank you, Rahma. Oh, sudah ya. Okay. And you can just answer the following questions by paying attention to the text, previous text. Oh, no, sorry. Ini yang about yourself. Next slide. Next slide, coba. Yang ini. Oke. Silakan dibaca lagi. Anyone?
I want to try, ma'am.
Bisa, Salbila.
Next, we all work on things like music practice or homework. The kids take their bath, brush their teeth, and put their pajamas on by 8 p.m. Then everyone can relax before bedtime. We may read a book, play games, talk on the phone, or watch TV. We send the kids to bed at 9 p.m. They usually fall asleep quickly, and we can have a little bit of peace and quiet.
Okay, very good. The next slide. Okay, so by reading those previous text, kalian bisa menyimpulkan ini benar atau salah, true or false. Silakan kalian jawab. Ada yang masih ingat tadi, lalu dicocokkan dengan pertanyaan ini. Silakan, mungkin ada yang bisa jawab. A, B, C, D, E. Everyone. Slide sebelumnya, yang pertama, teks yang pertama. Apakah tadi bangunnya bersamaan? What do you think, Salsabila?
I think no, ma'am, because the parents get up at 6 a.m. and the kids at 7 a.m.
Kenapa, Salsabila?
Because the
Karena
parents
bangunnya
are different, ma'am.
at
Get
6.
up. The
Oh
parents
yeah, very good.
at 6. And the kids
Betul sekali, yang good. And the parents at 6 and then the kids at 7. Okay, next question. Next question. And then for the B, anyone to answer this? Apakah the parents take their children to school? Kan nggak ada kata take ya. Apakah ada kata take? Kira-kira masih ingat? Apakah ada kata take? Yang pertama, yang sebelumnya, slide-nya.
I want to try answer, ma'am.
Silakan, please.
Yes, the parents take the children to school, but the word in the paragraph is not take, but drop.
Drop off. Drop itu bukan mengantar ya?
I'm sorry, ma'am.
Coba yang slide selanjutnya, apakah ada kata take? Atau yang slide selanjutnya lagi? Nggak ada ya? Berarti hanya mengantar. Oke, very good. Kadang-kadang gitu ya, kok di reading itu yang kita pakai adalah sinonimnya. Oke, very good. Selanjutnya, next questions. Everyone arrives home at 6 p.m. Apakah benar? Yang slide selanjutnya. Selanjutnya lagi. Lupa ya kadang ya. Oh, enggak ya, jam 5 ya. Oke, berarti false. Kemudian ada 2 soal lagi. Ada yang bisa jawab? Silakan soalnya lagi. The children take bath before doing their homeworks. Is it true? Angela? Angela, are you there? Tidak ya, karena take a bath-nya sebelum mandi kan. Kemudian yang the last, the children go to bed at 9 p.m. True. Okay. Okay, the next slide. Habis ya? Habis ya, Bu?
Iya, habis, Ibu. Sudah selesai.
Thank you. Any question, guys?
Okay, anyone who want to ask a question to Ibu Kaukabila? You can turn on the microphone so you can deliver your question. Anyone, please? No one? Tidak ada yang ingin bertanya?
Ini sudah paham.
Mungkin sudah paham ya Ibu ya. Ya, karena sudah ini banyak berlatih.
Iya.
Ya. Okay, thank you Ibu Kaukabila for the such informative and interesting presentation. We got a lot of information here about reading skill, yeah. And then, ladies and gentlemen, now we come to question and answer session, but I have tried to ask if you have a question or not. Same ya, silently, ya kan masih tenang gitu, nggak ada yang ingin bertanya. Mungkin sudah, yes Ibu?
But I'm so happy because the students still want to
active
feedback.
Yeah.
Active,
Yeah.
and they are so amazing.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Ibu. So they tried their best to discuss together about reading the text and then answering the question. Sudah
I really
mulai
appreciate
ini ya, Bu.
Pardon? I really appreciate it.
Okay, thank you, Ibu. So, if you have no questions, yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, finally we come to the end of this guest lecture series. Let me draw a conclusion from what the speaker said. Actually, there are 3 reasons why the students need to read. Yeah. The first is it is because they should learn about the language. The second is by read a lot, the student can get more information. And the third, they read in order to explore or add their cultural knowledge and awareness. Okay, and moreover, students should be able to identify the reading strategies. There are 4 reading strategies that have been mentioned by Ibu Kaukabila. The first is previewing and predicting. And then the second one is skimming and scanning. The third one is guessing from context. And the last is paraphrasing. And meanwhile, there are 5 ways on teaching reading online. They are screen focus, understanding students' environment, riddles, comprehend questions, and creative website. Okay, well, that's all from me. I would like to say thank you very much once again. Thank you very much Ibu Kaukabila Alia Parangu sudah meluangkan waktunya untuk hadir, untuk berdiskusi dengan teman-teman dan juga bersama Bapak Ibu dosen di sini. Thank you. Thank you very much for your informative and interesting presentation and all of the participants for joining today or guest lecture and for active participation. Okay, give virtual applause to the speaker and all of us. Thank you so much. And before closing our today agenda, I'd like to ask all participants to open the camera, please, for photo session. Bapak Rizky, help me to take the picture, yeah. Okay, please open the camera. Okay, very good. Hi, Ananda Yasmin. Okay, very good. You can turn on the camera. Okay, I'll try to count, ya. And Bapak Rizky will try to take the picture. Okay, give your best smile. 1, 2, 3. Okay, sudah Bapak? Okay, one more. Oh, slide 2. Slide 2, please. 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you very much. So, again, thank you very much and see you on the next guest lecture series. And wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Terima kasih Ibu.
Thank you
very
so
much.
warahmatullahi
Yes.
wabarakatuh. Thank you Ibu.
Okay.
Program Studi Pendidikan Bahasa Inggris Fakultas Keguruan dan Ilmu Pendidikan Universitas PGRI Madiun memiliki predikat baik sekali. Visi Program Studi Pendidikan Bahasa Inggris pada tahun 2033 menjadi pusat pengembangan pendidikan bahasa Inggris yang unggul di tingkat nasional dan menghasilkan lulusan bahasa Inggris yang cerdas, berdaya saing dan memiliki kemampuan berwirausaha. Misi Program Studi Pendidikan Bahasa Inggris menyelenggarakan pendidikan dan pembelajaran di bidang bahasa Inggris yang berorientasi pada kemandirian mahasiswa dalam mengembangkan potensinya serta membekali mahasiswa dengan kemampuan berwirausaha, menyelenggarakan penelitian untuk meningkatkan penguasaan dasar-dasar meneliti dalam keterampilan di bidang bahasa Inggris, menyelenggarakan pengabdian kepada masyarakat yang berbentuk penerapan ilmu, pengetahuan dan keterampilan di bidang bahasa Inggris, serta membangun organisasi yang sehat dalam rangka penguatan tata kelola, transparansi, dan pencitraan publik agar menjadi program studi yang unggul dan akuntabel. Dalam pemenuhan Tridharma Perguruan Tinggi, Program Studi Pendidikan Bahasa Inggris telah menjalin kerjasama di bidang pendidikan, penelitian, dan pengabdian kepada masyarakat. Di dalam bidang pendidikan, kerjasama dilaksanakan di tingkat internasional, nasional, maupun lokal. Di dalam tingkat internasional, Program Studi Pendidikan Bahasa Inggris telah bekerja sama dengan ILO Science and Technology University, Ilocos Polytechnic State College, Mariano Marcos State University, serta kerjasama di bidang pendidikan dengan universitas lain seperti Universitas Nusa Putra, Universitas Sunan Muria Kudus, dan lain-lain. Kerjasama di bidang penelitian, para dosen Program Studi Pendidikan Bahasa Inggris telah bekerja sama dengan Universitas 11 Maret, Universitas Negeri Surabaya, Universitas Negeri Malang, dan lain-lain dalam melaksanakan program penelitian bersama. Di bidang pengabdian kepada masyarakat, Program Studi Pendidikan Bahasa Inggris telah bekerja sama dengan Eduka, Industri Usaha dan Kerja di berbagai wilayah di Indonesia.
Program Studi Pendidikan Bahasa Inggris Fakultas Keguruan dan Ilmu Pendidikan Universitas PGRI Madiun memberikan kesempatan dan fasilitas yang sangat memadai sehingga kami para dosen dapat melaksanakan Tridharma Perguruan Tinggi dengan baik. Salah satu kontribusi Program Studi Pendidikan Bahasa Inggris adalah memberikan berbagai pelatihan terkait program pengabdian kepada masyarakat sehingga tim kami berhasil memenangkan Hibah PKM MBKM 2021.
Program Studi Pendidikan Bahasa Inggris FKIP Universitas PGRI Madiun dilengkapi dengan fasilitas-fasilitas pendukung dalam kegiatan pembelajaran. Di antaranya adalah perpustakaan, ruang kelas yang nyaman, laboratorium bahasa, laboratorium micro-teaching, laboratorium komputer, ruang HMPS, Student Access Center, Smart Classroom, dan sebagainya. Selain itu juga terdapat koneksi Wi-Fi, anjungan komputer mandiri, sistem informasi manajemen yang dapat diakses oleh dosen dan mahasiswa, dan sistem pembelajaran daring yaitu Electronic Learning Unipma. Seluruh tenaga pengajar di Prodi Pendidikan Bahasa Inggris telah memiliki sertifikat pendidik dan 7 diantaranya telah bergelar doktor. Beragam prestasi juga telah diraih oleh mahasiswa Prodi Pendidikan Bahasa Inggris, antara lain memenangkan seleksi Indonesian International Students Mobility Awards atau ISMA, International Credit Transfer atau ICT, program kampus mengajar, pertukaran mahasiswa merdeka, dan sebagainya.
Universitas PGRI Madiun, especially English Teaching Department, has provided me a lot of support and also encouragement to maximize my potential and also reach all of my achievements. One of which is becoming an awardee of the Indonesian International Student Mobility Awards, or IISMA. Being an awardee of IISMA has granted me the opportunity to study in Nanyang Technological University, Singapore. From this program, I get to understand how marketing and business would work, learn to function effectively in a culturally diverse environment, and also prepare myself to be the future leader of the 21st century. I also get to meet a lot of new people, visit Singapore landmarks, and also enrich my cultural understanding.
Halo, saya Pinta Stianing Bambudi, mahasiswi semester 6 program studi pendidikan bahasa Inggris Universitas PGRI Madiun. Pada kesempatan yang lalu, saya mengikuti program magang dan studi independen bersertifikat Kampus Merdeka Batch 1 di Kampus Guru Cikal dengan posisi yang saya apply adalah magang guru Merdeka Belajar. Selama 1 semester penuh, saya mengasah soft skill dan juga hard skill saya guna menjadi guru yang berkompeten dan dibutuhkan di zaman sekarang ini. Terima kasih saya ucapkan kepada program studi pendidikan bahasa Inggris dan Universitas PGRI Madiun yang telah membantu saya untuk menyelesaikan program magang saya ini dengan baik.
English Department Student Association atau EDSA adalah organisasi bagi mahasiswa program studi pendidikan bahasa Inggris UNIPMA. EDSA